terminologies: load factor, max load, instance, cluster, horizontal scaling, vertical scaling, a lot of terminology. First, I'll introduce each one by one terminologies, and having them in mind, we try to understand what monolith architecture and its disadvantages. Followed by that, we are going to see what microservice architecture and its what advantages. Are you ready for that, guys? Very, very useful. And we develop few application, but same application we try to extend every time. So that's why better not to miss the classes. I think last 12 to 15 sessions are there in microservice architecture, guys, where everything of microservice will be discussed end to end, including mini project, right? But the initial few applications only base for developing advanced application. So I request you people not to miss single application development also. If you miss also, before coming to next class only, you complete and come, because every application looks like what extension of previous application. See, in MVC projects also, we have taken one mini project. On that only we learn internationalization. On that only we learn staff deletion. On that only we learn exception handling and error handling, right? On that only we applied what? Theme leaf. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, you can. Still time is there to learn Spring Boot and microservices. You are a Java domain students? Okay, still time is there. See you in future. Okay. Yeah, let's come back to the subject, guys. Yeah, where is this? E dry. Where is this class content? Not class content. Spring 717 1103. I don't know whether I copied. Yeah, Spring. Yeah, listen, one more important thing, guys. Spring Boot Cloud or Spring Cloud is the module name using which we are going to develop microservice architecture. Here, a small confusion. Spring Cloud or Spring Boot Cloud means we think about AWS, Google Cloud, okay, Azure. No, no, no. That is different. This is different. Just a module name is cloud, but this module is originally given to develop what? Microservice architecture project. Then why they named it as cloud, guys? This has given every facility that is required to deploy our application in the cloud environment, making our application ready for Docker, making our application ready for what? Kubernetes environment. So all the facilities are added to that. So that's why they named module name as what? Cloud. Spring Boot Cloud. Okay, let it be, guys. Sort by date. Open with paintbrush, guys. In Spring Boot, the microservice architecture will be implemented with the support of Spring Cloud module and multiple other facilities. Generally, we don't prefer using Spring Framework for microservice implementation. We prefer Spring Boot a lot in the angle of what? Spring Boot Cloud to implement microservices. The popular architecture in Java domain are monolith architecture, SOA, service oriented architecture, then what? Microservice architecture. And in all these architecture, MVC layers will be there. Everything is layered application. MVC layers are common everywhere. Are you getting my point there? MVC's architectural pattern means you develop a project in any pattern or any architecture, but layers are common. So that's why it is architectural pattern. It's not design pattern. It is solving the problems related to architectures. Okay, na? MVC layers are common in any architecture-based project. Here model view controller layers will be there. Yes, so also will have model view controller. Microservice means every service is separate project. Every project will have a layers. Layers are common everywhere or not there. Spring Boot Cloud working with what? Microservices. Monolith application versus SOA application versus microservice applications. Are you getting my point there, guys? Monolith or monolithic, one and the same, guys. You name it monolith or monolithic, it's going to be one and the same or not there. The application that packs multiple services as what? Multiple module in a single unit, nothing but project. Either as var file or jar file or AR file is called monolithic application or what? Project. What is that? Monolithic application or what? Project. One application is equal to one project, contains multiple services as multiple module. Inside the project are what? Application. Everything will be packed into single application or single var or jar file. So for Spring MVC application, Data JP application, core application, we developed are called monolith application. Even Spring MVC with Spring Data JPA, ORM, Spring JDBC, we have developed so far comes under what, guys? Monolith application, except Spring REST applications, guys. Are you getting my point there, guys? Super, guys. Monolith project. Service 1 or module 1, service 2 or module 2, service 3 or module 3, service 4 or module 4. All are integrated and all of them packed into what? Single var or jar file are not there. All of them packed into single var or jar file are not there. Say something, my dear. I want reply, guys. Monolith application are what? Project. Service are module 1, service are module 2, service are module 3, service are module 4. Everyone getting my point? Yeah, look at Naresh IT, Flipkart.com banking application. These are example. Look at Naresh IT as a monolith application. Admissions modules will be there. Batches module is there. Accounts module is there. Portal module is there. All these modules are packed into single var or jar file or not there. Say something, my dear. I want reply, guys. Monolith applications are like what? Getting meal as single unit or packet having multiple items in it. Or you have taken parcel of what? Full meals. What happened? There are so many items, but all are packed into single unit or not there. Come on, my dear. Okay, that is monolith architecture, right? So that means all services will not come individually. All services will come together. Each feature is called one service. One module can have one or more services. The MVC architecture application whose multiple services are combined into what? Single jar or var file is called what? Monolith architecture application. What applications, guys? Okay. Dot var, web application archive. Dot jar, standalone application. EAR, jar file plus var file plus dot dot dot. EAR, jar file plus jar file plus jar file dot dot. And EAR means enterprise application archive. It's a combination of multiple jar files, multiple var files, or combination of what? Var and jar file. Are you getting my point there, guys? But listen, guys, nowadays, enterprise applications are not so popular. Okay, earlier when EJB is there, EAR means jar plus var. But now web applications are var file, distributed applications are var file, microservice applications also web, distributed applications extension only. Everything is var only, na boss. When everything is var, we work with multiple var. There is no need of combining multiple vars into EAR files are not there. In this generation, EAR files are popular or not? Not. Why? Earlier, web application means var file. Distributed application means EJB component jar file. To combine them into single unit, we used to have what? Where? Sorry, EAR, Enterprise Application Archive. But in this generation, come on, guys. In this generation, web application where, distributed where, microservice application where. So it's communication between multiple where file. There is no need of preparing what? EAR file. Now EAR files are not popular because web service component also coming as WAR file. When EasyAB was there, EAR files are a bit popular to represent what? Web application plus EasyAB component together as what? EAR file. Web application and EasyAB component together as what? EAR file. Okay. Yeah. So we got the basic idea about monolith architecture, guys. Develop multiple services as multiple module, integrate them, pack all of them into what? Single unit and release it. Pack all of them into what? Single unit and release it. Convinced, my dear? Come on, everyone. Yeah, build process or building the application. Keeping our project ready for execution. What, guys? Keeping our project ready for what? Execution. Keeping our project, the process of keeping project ready for execution, ready for release is called building the project or not there. See, boss, what we do in build process, we take source code, dot class file, property file, XML file, jar files, everything we pack into where our jar file are not there. The code that completes the process, the code that completes the process is called stable code and no compile time errors and very much ready for execution. Understanding my statement, guys? Okay. In build process, development of source code, compilation of source code, development of helper resources like properties file, other file, adding API libraries and etc. operations will be there. At last, where our jar file will be created representing the whole project are not there, guys. Super. MVC layers will be there in all three architecture projects. Monolith. The layers of all services modules will be combined together into what? Single U. Or every module separate MVC, boss, right? 10 module, 10 MVC layers will be there. SOA. So SOA means service oriented architecture. There, three things. Service oriented architecture means SOAP based web service, guys. Service registry, service consumer, service provider. While developing service provider project, MVC layer separately will. While developing service consumer project, separate MVC layers will be there. What about microservice architecture? In microservice architecture, if I have 10 services, 10 individual projects we develop and later we integrate are not there. 10 individual projects we develop and later we integrate. While developing each project as microservice. What, guys? While developing each project as what? Microservice. Each project as what? Microservice. Are you getting my point, my dear? Come on, everyone. While developing each project as what? Microservice. We are, what is there, guys? We are going to keep MVC layers. We are going to keep what? MVC layers. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on, everyone. Yeah, tell me here. Monolith architecture, SOA, service-oriented architecture. Then what is there? Microservice architecture. Convinced, my dear? Come on. What is the difference between application, service, or Java API? What's the difference between application or service and what? Java API. API means library. Application programming interface. API means application. It's a base for the programmer to develop any language, technology, framework based application are not there. In Java, API comes in the form of packages having classes, interface, enums, and annotations are not. Say something, my dear. Come on. In Java, API comes in the form of what? Packages having classes, interfaces, enums, and what? Annotations. Come on. JDBC API, Servlet API, JNDI API. Everything is API now, boss. Okay, total how many types of APIs are there? Three. Predefined API, ready-made one. User-defined API created by programmer. Third-party API given by some other companies. Given by some third-party companies. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on, guys. I want reply from you people. Okay. Using these APIs, adding our own code on the top of APIs, or we write our code on the top of libraries or APIs. We try to build the project, and the outcome of build process application or project are not there. The application or service is the outcome of build process, either in the form of what? jar file or var file, having certain tasks to perform. What, guys? Simply having certain tasks to perform. In the development of application or services in certain language or technology or framework, we take the support of what? APIs. We generally take the support of APIs, nothing but libraries are not there. We take the support of APIs, nothing but libraries are not there, guys. I want reply, my dear. The existing APIs or libraries can be used to create new APIs or libraries, or projects or applications or services are not there, guys. For example, listen. Using one API, I can create another API. Using one library, I can create another library or not. In the development of Hibernate libraries, JDBC libraries are used or not. In the development of Spring Data JPA libraries, they have used Hibernate libraries or not there. That's angle number one. And same APIs can be used to develop the projects also. Using JDBC API, some vendors develop JDBC drivers. We develop JDBC projects. Using Hibernate API, okay, using Hibernate API, we can develop Hibernate applications are not there. Okay. We can use Hibernate API directly to develop Hibernate persistence logic or application. The Spring creators have used same Hibernate API to develop what? Spring ORM API, Spring Data JPA APIs are not there. Super. Example Java API, Lang API, Utility API, JDBC API. So many APIs are there now, boss. API is used in two angles. Vendor companies uses as rules and guidelines to create softwares. You take JDBC API. It will be used by vendor companies to create JDBC driver softwares. Same API will be used by what? A programmer to develop JDBC persistence logic are not there, guys. And moreover, programming APIs are nowhere related to REST APIs. REST API means distributed application. Programming APIs means based to develop the projects. REST API are there distributed application whose services can be consumed from what? Remote places. Are you getting my point there, guys? Super. Jar file purpose will change context to context. Jar file represent APIs, JDBC API under there. Jar file represent JDBC driver software. Jar file represents standalone web application with embedded Tomcat. Jar file represent EasyAV component. Jar file represent normal web application. Or where is also favor of Java or not there. Jar represents standalone application or project or not there. Super. The language technology framework APIs are given as libraries to develop what? Software application or projects or services. These are technically called programming APIs or not there. These are technically called. What APIs, guys? Programming APIs. These are technically called programming APIs. RESTful web service APIs are what? Distributed application using which we can go for what? Application to application interaction, or the service provider application can be accessed from what? Different types of local or remote consumer application, right? Yeah, REST APIs. These are also called REST APIs. What APIs? These are called REST APIs, or what is there? Web service APIs. What APIs, guys? These are called REST APIs or what? Web service APIs. Java APIs are libraries given by Java language technology or framework. JDBC application, servlet API, JND API, and etc. Right? RESTful web service APIs are what? Distributed component having business operation as what? Endpoint. Weather component. They give weather report, current temperature, future temperature, forecast, all this stuff. ICC score component. Always give cricket match scores. Phone pay component. UPA payments are allowed. These are REST APIs or web service API. I think no confusion now, boss. Programming APIs are libraries using which we develop the projects. REST APIs are web service APIs are distributed application whose services can be consumed from remote places or not there. Whose services can be consumed from remote places are not there, guys. Okay. Deployment or what? Installation. Now I am introducing one by one terminology. First, we understood difference between service or application or project, right? Service is part of the project. Module is part of the project. Okay. Application is also part of the project. Outcome of the build process called what? Project. That will be executed by anyone. Then we discussed about what? Difference between programming API and web service API. Programming APIs are the base to develop any language, technology, framework based applications, right? Okay. Next one, guys. Next one, guys. What, Adib? Your birthday? Your birthday? Oh, okay. Deployment are what, guys? Installation. The process of keeping web application in the server, either that is running or what, later started, is called as what? Deployment. We deployed so many applications in web servers, and application servers are not there, guys. Yeah, web server or application server. Here we are keeping the var file here or not there. Here we are keeping the var file here or not there. I want reply, boss. Come on. The process of keeping application in web server or application server is called as what? Deployment. The process of removing that application from server is called as what? Undeployment. Are you getting my point? If you deploy the web application when the server is in running mode, then it is called hot deployment. A server running, we deployed the application, hot deploy. First we deployed, then we started the server. Then is called as what? Cold deployment. Convinced or not, my dear? Come on. Super. Okay. Next. In the development testing environment, deployment takes place in what? Local servers or software companies. What gear? Cloud account or in the embedded servers. If it is development and testing, either local server or cloud, company related cloud accounts. In UAT and production, deployment takes in what? Company, client specific setup, local setup, or client organization specific cloud account. But nowadays, no one is arranging infrastructure locally, boss. Development time, they are using cloud infrastructure. Deployment time also, production time also, they are using what? Cloud infrastructure. Are you getting my point there, guys? Okay. A deployment means the process of keeping application in the server is called as what? Deployment. How build process takes place in real time. Using Maven Gradle tool in combination with what? Jenkins CI/CD tool. In DevSecOps Bash, you have a topic tool on Jenkins, my dear. Come on. CI means what? Continuous integration. CD means what? Continuous deployment, also called as continuous delivery. What does it mean? Or if it is Maven Gradle, when you ask to pack, it will pack. But does it pack whenever new changes are committed to code repository? Does it do all necessary thing before packing? Running the test cases, generating the test report, doing the code analysis by using Sonar Cube. Does it do all the things, guys? If you go for Jenkins, what you can do, we can automate the build process. How? Every half an hour, automatically build the project. Got it? Or whenever you commit the changes to code repository, whenever you commit the changes to what? Code repository, automatically where should be prepared, where should be deployed in the server. Before doing that deployment, on that code unit testing, on that code analysis by using Sonar Cube, on that code coverage by using Jacaco, all these things should happen. Is it not interesting, my dear? Come on. So as of now, no one is doing deployment activity manually by just using Maven. They use Maven Gradle tool, but in combination with what? Jenkins. So Jenkins is what? CI/CD tool. Continuous integration, continuous delivery. Okay. Here you observe. Using Maven Gradle tool, jar file will be generated, whereas using Jenkins tool, the jar ware file generation and its deployment to the server can be automated for every change that is done on the source code or at regular intervals. In Maven Gradle manually, now you want to, you do it. And then after 1 hour you want to do it. After 3 hours you want to do it, right? Yes. How do you pack application or service or project into single unit having what? Certain environment for execution. Only code packing, where are jar file. Environment packing, what is there? Docker image. What image, guys? Docker image. Okay, where jar, server, DB, OS, a number of things are there or not there. Okay, now listen. See, using Maven Gradle, we pack, guys, but only code is packed. If I move that code to another machine, other computer or client, there also I have to keep the software setup ready. Suppose I developed one beautiful application talking to database Oracle 10G. I executed in this mission successfully by arranging software. I want to move and execute in another mission. Another mission also JDK, another mission also Tomcat, another mission also Oracle, another mission also driver software should be ready. So portability is going to become complex or not there. Moving the project from one mission to another mission is going to become very, very complex or not there, guys. It's going to be really, really going to be complex or not there, guys. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on. Only code packing, var jar. Environment packing, Docker image. Comfortable, my dear? Come on, everyone. Service instance, application instance, and this. Okay, what's the advantage of Docker packing, guys? Docker not only contains the code, it also contains the environment. Environment means what? Database software, OS, JDK, server, everything. So code plus environment is packed, right? That is called Docker container. Docker container. Why Docker container? Because that itself can execute the code. In all other machine, no need of arranging all this software. Just arrange a Docker, guys. Just arrange a Docker software. In Docker software, Docker container can execute or not there. So when Docker container is executing, code is executing in the software that are there in Docker container are not there. So that means code portability going to be very, very nice or not there. Come on, guys. You have a phone with satellite SIM, satellite internet connection. You go to any country, internet will come because you have a satellite connection. For satellite countries, you are not there, right, boss? But you have a local GSM SIM. Local GSM SIM or Geo SIM is there. In other countries, Geo SIM is works, no. So when you change the country, again you have to change the SIM or not there. Come on, guys. You need not to change the phone, but you have to change the SIM or not there. Suppose in my code packing, only code is there. In my packing, only code is there. When I move that code to other machines, other computer, there again I have to keep the software setup ready or not. But in my application, not only code packing, both are there. Code plus softwares. So then that is the specialty of the Docker. Docker is known for code plus environment packing. Jenkins and Docker is the great combination. Jenkins always pack the code and gives to Docker. Docker packs what? Code and environment. And now Jenkins again take this Docker container and deploys in what? Other places. So since it is deploying what Docker container, do I need to arrange software setup everywhere to run, guys? No. So let me summarize what we discussed. We started with how many architecture? 3. Right now we are understanding various terminologies to monolith architecture or not. What is monolith architecture? Develop different services as different module, integrate them and pack all the services together into what? Single jar file or what? Var file. Pack them into what? Single jar file or what? Var file. Are you getting my point there, my dear? Super, guys. A running application inside the server, service instance or application instance or what? Instance. Okay. Yeah, now I'm trying to understand instance. Okay, now listen. First, try to understand logical thing. Class is 1, but objects can be any number, na boss? For one class, any number of objects can be there. Date class. I can create 20 objects for that. Tell me how many instances are there? 20 instances. 30. 30 instances are there or not there? Application developed, packed. Right? Now I have taken 10 copies of that var file because packed means var file, na? And deployed in 10 different servers of same computer or a different computer. Tell me how many projects I developed? 1. How many instances of the project I created? 10. Each copy of the project is called one instance. Convinced or not, my dear? Each copy of the project is called as what? One instance. A running application inside the server giving services to clients, either for end users or for what? Other applications is called service instance or application instance. Are you getting my point there, guys? Each copy of application that is deployed in server successfully to render services is called what? Service instance. Project that is developed is called service. Okay. Multiple copies that you created for that project and deployed in same server or different server is called as what? Service instances. Look at the diagrammatic representation. Application or project is like what? Class. Each deployed project or application giving services to client is like what? Instance. One class can have multiple objects now. Similarly, for one project or one application, I can create multiple instances or not there. Similarly, for one project or what? Okay. Similarly, for one project, we can have multiple instances or not there, guys. Okay. Application or project? Tell me next one. Here is what? Shikara, NIT dot where is my project or application? First copy is kept here, na boss. That is instance one. Next, second copy is kept here, na boss. Instance two. So for one project, how many copies are created? Two copies. So how many instances are created? Two instances. First instance can have its own request. Second instance can have its own request. What's the advantage? So burden on first instance is increased. So second instance will come into picture to share the burden. Come on, guys. For one position, cashier position is only one. Only one person is there. So you take entire burden, entire load are not there. Come on. 2, 3 people are recruited. What happened? 2 counters will be opened. Burden will be reduced or not? Otherwise, what happened? Entire burden will be one person. It is related to cash boss. If mental peace is not there, money loss will be there or not there. Mental peace is very, very important, right? In every server, we can specify maximum number of requests each service instance can allow at a time. In most of the server, this max request count is what? 200 by default. In Spring Boot MVC Spring REST application, we can change or control this max request count using what? Following properties of application.properties file. In application.property file, we can mention max request count like this, now my dear. Okay. Total 20 instances are created. Each instance can take max of 200 requests. What is the max load of all instances together? 20 into 150. How much, guys? 3000. So at a time, these all 20 instances together can take what? 3000 load are not there. 3000 request load are not there, guys. Come on. Server.tomcat.threads.max 150. Default is what? Server.jetty.threads.max 300. Default is how much? Okay, this is in Spring Boot applications, right? Yeah. Suppose I am not having Spring Boot application. I'm using external Tomcat server. In external Tomcat server, there is a server.xml file. In that one, first executor tag is there. There we have what? Max threads 30. What is there? Max threads 30. Are you getting my point there or not there? Super, guys. Max threads how much, guys? 150. Now tell me, this is the story you took focus or not there, guys? Yeah, tell me next one. Load count or current load. Array, each instance can take max of 200 requests. But currently how much it is taking? 20. Currently how much it is taking? 20. So that is called current load or not there. The number of requests that are currently under processing by service instance is called as what? Load count or current load. If application one or instance is currently processing 10 requests, then the load count or current load is how much, guys? 10. Are you getting my point there? Let me summarize all the terminologies, guys. We introduced three architecture. Right now we are learning monolith architecture, but still I have not launched. Its drawbacks or advantages. I'm preparing various terminologies. As part of terminologies, first we understood difference between API and project, nothing but library and application. Our API or project we discussed are not there. Okay, fine. And then we discussed about web service API and programming API difference. Programming API based for application development. Come on. Web service API is nothing but distributed application, right? Okay, followed by that, we understood deployment and undeployment. The process of keeping developed application in the server is called deployment, and reverse is called undeployment, right? If application one instance service instance is currently processing 10 requests, then load count or current load is what? 10. Okay. Next, we discussed about how do you go for deployment in real projects. Before arrival of Jenkins, manual preparation of manual deployment. But after Jenkins, the CI/CD process is simplifying deployment activity or not there. How you do? At regular intervals, we pack it, we analyze the code, we do a number of things, and we deploy into the server or not there. Okay, or whenever code change happens, we recognize that change and we pack and we deploy the code or not there. Okay, next one. How do you pack the code? Earlier, just varjar using Maven Gradle. But nowadays, as a Docker container, we are packing or not. In remaining packing, only code packing will be there. But in Docker, what will be there, guys? Code plus environment packing. This makes our project more portable to execute in multiple places or not there. Okay, then what is there? We discussed about service instance. If one project is deployed in multiple places by taking multiple copies, then it is called as what? Then it is called as what? I want reply, my dear. Huh? Service instance. More service instance means we are allowing more requests to come or not there. So now I'm talking about current load. Even though each instance allows some certain number of maximum number of requests, come on. But currently, how many requests it is allowing, right? Currently, how many requests it is allowing? Currently, how many requests it is allowing? That is called current load or current load count or not there, guys. Super. Then there is something called load factor. What do you mean by load factor? Try to understand. It is current load by max load. Load factor is nothing but current load by max load. Currently 20 requests are there. Max it can take 200 requests. 20 by 200. 20 by 200 is how much, guys? 0.2. Yeah. If it is towards 0, if that load factor is what? Towards 0, load is less. If the load factor is towards 1, it is always 0 to 1 only. Array max load is 200 means at max you can give 200 requests. Is there any chance of giving 201, 202 requests? No. So that means 200 by 200 is the maximum possibility, 1. Minimum possibility is what? 0 request. 0 by 200 is always 0 now, boss. Yeah, if the number is towards 0, load factor number is towards 0, tell me, current load is less or not there? If load factor number is towards what? 1, we can say current load is more or not there. Say something, my dear. Come on. Load factor is equal to current load slash max load. If application instance with respect to server, max load is what? 50. And that application instance is processing only what? 100 requests currently. Then 100 by 150 is called what? Load factor. 0.0666 are not there. Load factor is always greater than equal to 0, less than or equal to 1. That means it is always between 0 and 1 are not there. If it is towards 0, less load factor. If it is towards 1, more load factor. Are you getting my point? Max load is equal to maximum number of requests that service instance can take. Current load is equal to current number of requests that service instance is handling. Load factor is equal to current load by max load. Come on. Max request that server can take for each instance of application at a time. We can specify this using server settings or application.properties while working with what? Embedded servers of the Spring Boot. If it is external server, you have to use what? Server.xml executor tag, right? If it is embedded Tomcat, you can mention that number by using application.property file or not there. Okay, next, what is there? Scaling. Sir, why are you talking all these terminologies? And I'm going to use all these terminologies while explaining what? Limitations and advantages of what? Monolith architecture. What architecture? One chair. While explaining limitations and advantages of monolith architecture, we are going to discuss this. Yeah, scaling. Increasing service capacity of the application or service or project is called what? Scaling. Scaling is nothing but already it is taking 100 requests, but I want to make sure it is taking what? 300 requests, 1000 requests, 10,000 requests. That is called as what, guys? Scaling. That is technically called as what, guys? Scaling. Are you getting my point there, guys? Shop is able to handle 100 customers. I made it handling 200 customers. Scaling. ऐसा ना होना, guys. The scaling can be done in two ways. Vertical scaling, horizontal scaling. Vertical scaling means what? In the same place, increasing the capacity. Shop is in one floor and able to handle 100 customers. I added three, four floors. I made that building as what? Multi-stored building. And I started allowing what? 300, 400 customers. That is called vertical scaling or not there. Paradise Hotel is there, guys. I think everyone knows Paradise Hotel in Secunderabad. If you go there, you will see old photographs of Paradise Hotel. It was a small cafe. It was a small cafe in which they used to offer biryani along with a chai, biscuit, and bakery kind of thing. If you look at any old hotel in Hyderabad, Muslim community old hotel in Hyderabad, cafe means they offer biryani, they offer bakery items, they also offer what? Chai, biscuits, all things. It's a traditional business model, right? Paradise is started like that. Any example nowadays I can give to you? Nilofer. Nilofer is also like that, right? I don't know. I'm talking about small hotels. Nowadays, all because of this real estate boom and rental is increased, that business model is not working for them. Ah, I think everyone knows Umesh Chandra statue. Umesh Chandra statue, SR Nagar metro station, ra. There is a police statue, one police person statue is there. Did you ever question why that statue is there? Are Naxalite has killed him in that place. Out of respect, his statue is kept there. Naxal people have killed in the when the police personal vehicle got stopped for signal and he got attacked and killed. And he was a sincere police officer and he tried his level best to stop Naxalism in United Andhra Pradesh. That's why he got killed. Out of respect, out of his memory, that statue is there. But if you go to that, there is a Almas Hotel. Did you notice that? Yeah, that is actual business model. If you look at that Almas, they offer chai biscuit. They also offer bakery item. They also offer biryani, and they also offer like this cigarette and pawn services. That was the old style of doing hotel business in Hyderabad. And Paradise Hotel also started like that. Okay, but somehow is their biryani got become very popular, right? For a few years, they have managed to give service from that cafe style only. But later they realize it's not going to work out, right? So they dismantled that building. Okay, they created 5 store or 6 store building, 5 store or 6 store building with a huge dining of 700 members, 800 members at a time. Okay, initially, who everyone thought that are unnecessarily who will come and eat 500 members at a time, 600 members at a time. How does it work out? Still, if you go there, now waiting is there. Paradise is not a just hotel, it's a brand. Anyone who wants to come Hyderabad, they want to eat what? Paradise. And moreover, while as part of expansion, Dubai investors came into picture. These Umayyad investors started attracting what? Film stars and cricketers. Whenever they come, whenever they come to Hyderabad, either they come to Paradise Hotel, special place, or this Paradise Hotel biryani will go to what? That cricketer's place, right? When after eating biryani, they will give good or bad something. Out of modesty, also they say good only. Out of modesty, also they say good only, right? Fine. So it has become huge popular, and that capacity also not there. So from cafe to 5 store building is vertical scaling or not there? Come on, my dear. From small cafe to 5 store building is vertical scaling or not there? Fine. But later cities started expanding and traffic is increased. Okay, going to Paradise Secunderabad every day for eating biryani or once in a while eating biryani has become nightmare. Has become nightmare. And moreover, Secunderabad is what? Somewhere in what? East side of the Hyderabad. But west side of the city is growing because of IT industry and other industry. And the people who belongs to Gachibowli cannot go to Secunderabad only to eat biryani. That too by traveling in the traffic for 2-3 hours. Then they started going for horizontal scaling. What is that scaling, guys? They started opening branches in multiple parts of the city. I think one branch is there in your ward, Amirpet also. I think it's not a biryani center, but a small cafe is there, right? Yeah, Paris. Paradise Paris is the Persis. Persis is the brand name of the bakery. Their bakery name is what? Persis. Okay, one branch is there. In Begumpet also it's there. In High-Tech City, almost in every part of the city, they kept it. Now they are focusing in railway stations and bus stands. And slowly they are already into airports. Wherever crowd is there, they are opening it. So this is called what, guys? Horizontal scaling. Why horizontal scaling? Instead of increase, there will be upper limit for constructing building, right? But horizontal scaling means what? It can grow organically or not there. In that area, there is a possibility of 300 customers per day, 300 capacity one Paradise branch. In other place, only 100-member capacity is possible. 100-member capacity branch is open. Later, they have moved to other cities. Now I heard that in Dubai and USA also Paradise branches are there. So now what they are doing is what? Vertical scaling or horizontal scaling. Horizontal scaling. Right? One shop with 100 customer capacity increase it to 1,000 capacity in the same building, same place. Vertical scaling. Now, having 100 members capacity, 200 shops are opened across the India. Horizontal scaling. The way KFC is doing business is Horizontal scaling or vertical scaling? You know KFC? Huh? Okay. Before eating KFC chicken next time, try to see KFC bird once. KFC chicken bird. They are not regular chicken bird that are there in India. Those birds are imported from what? USA by keeping in refrigerator freezer for what? 1 month, 45 days. Okay. After seeing this, I don't think you will eat KFC birds. KFC chicken bird images. How many legs this bird is having? Seriously counting multiple, right? Okay. Since many legs are there, many wings also will be there or not? Say something, my dear. Okay. Many wings also will be there. It is not morphed photo. It's a real photo. It's edited. Huh? Okay. I'll show the real photo. Yeah. This is not edited. Yeah. This is real. This is real. No feather on them. They are featherless. So why they do that, sir? They do it because they want more yield, more taste, more legs, more wings, so that they can do more business. Okay, now go and eat. Now go and eat. Okay, fine. Let's come back. So the way McDonald's, the way KFC is doing business is what? Horizontal scaling. All right. Okay, now let's see. Increasing COPS capacity from 1,000 square feet to 10,000 square feet, vertical scaling. Keeping the same shop of 1,000 square feet in 10 different places, horizontal. Increasing number of ATM machines in different locations, horizontal scaling. Increasing more number of ATMs in single room, vertical scaling. Yeah, tell me. NIT dot where is the application? How many copies I have taken? 3 copies. But which request should go to which one? I am going to through one load balancer server or not there. This load balance server will maintain load factor. What factor, guys? This load balance server will maintain what? Load factor. Are you getting my point there, guys? This load balancer server will maintain load factor. Are you getting my point there? Super, guys. Tell me, it is going to give multiple requests or not there? It's going to give what? Multiple requests. Okay. It will redirect this one to less load factor, NIT dot where and other things are not there. Super. Client 1, client 2, request 1, request 2, thread 1, thread 2. All this stuff is happening or not there? Sir, tell me if it's request 1, request goes to which instance? Who is having less load factor? 80 by 150. So all the both the requests will go to first instance only, na my dear? What is this? Instance ID, I am load factor I am getting. So this load balance server creates a request and checks which instance is having less load factor. To that instance, the request will be redirected or not there. These instances can be there either in same server, different domains, or what? Different copies of same server or different server residing in the same machine are what? Different machines. Residing in the same machine are what? Different machines. Are you getting my point there, guys? Okay, guys. Yeah, these are the various load balancer server. When multiple instances are there, which request should go to which instance would be decided by whom, guys? One load balancer server. These are the list of load balancer server that are there in the market. Okay, Gmail. Did you ever get the feeling Gmail is not running today? No. Why? They will maintain one multiple instances of Gmail project in multiple locations and multiple servers. That geographic locations also different, guys. One is in Singapore, one is in Dubai, one is in Mumbai, one is in New York, one is in Australia, one is in what? Arabian countries. Like this, they will maintain. Like that, they will maintain, guys. So for India, Singapore is nearer, it will go to Singapore. Our Mumbai server is nearer, it will go to Mumbai server. If anything is down, it will redirect to other server. But all of them will use same backend, guys. Backend is same. Otherwise, data will not sync now, my dear. Backend does not changes, only front. The instance will change, guys, right? Yeah. Keeping Gmail application in different zones of world map falls under what? Horizontal scaling. One instance in Singapore, one instance in Dubai, one instance in Sydney. Either DevOps team or infrastructure team like Linux admin or will take care of what? This kind of load balancer. These are the various load balancers that are available or not there, guys. Okay, now look at the vertical scaling, guys. Initially, what is the setup? 16 GB, 1 terabyte, dual core, Tomcat, MySQL. In new setup, 32 GB, 10 GB hard disk, quadra core, Wildfly, Oracle DB. Yes or no, na, my dear? Got the point or not? Convinced with me or not there? In cloud environment like AWS, max of what? 720 GB RAM and unlimited hard disk support can be taken or not there. So that's why nowadays everyone is doing what? Cloud-based vertical scaling or not there. I think you got the clarity on the terminologies, my dear. Yeah, total how many architectures are there in Java domain? 3. Monolith, SOA, micro. What is the best microservice? Later we discuss difference between library and project. Library is a weapon to create the project or not there. And this library is also called API or not there, guys. This library is also called as what? API. Yeah, next one. This library is also called as what? API. Comfortable, my dear? Getting my point here, guys? Next, we discussed about what? What is the difference between programming API and REST API or web service API? Programming API is library to develop projects. REST API is distributed application whose services can be consumed from what? Remote places are not there, guys. Okay, then we discussed about deployment. The process of keeping application in server is called deployment. Removing is called undep. Earlier, people used to do manually. Nowadays, we are automating through Jenkins are not there. What about packing, sir? Earlier, we used to do through Maven or manually. But nowadays, we are packing through Docker, in which code and environment will be packed or not there. In which the code and environment will be packed or not there, guys. Say something, my dear. I want reply, guys. Okay, guys. Next one. Yeah, next one we discussed about current load, number of requests that instance is taking currently. Max load, max how many requests you can. Load factor, current load by max load. Come on. Okay, then we discussed about scaling now. Increase the capacity of the application is called scaling. Whether by increasing either by changing setup of the application or by taking multiple copies of the application, right? Multiple copies means multiple instances of the application. Scaling can be done or not there. This scaling can be done or not, guys. Come on, I want reply, my dear. Definitely this scaling can be done or not there, guys. Come on. Yeah, tell me next one. One is vertical scaling, other one is what? Horizontal scaling. Yeah, horizontal scaling is good, vertical scaling is good. Vertical is good. Horizontal is good, not vertical. In horizontal only, we need multiple instances, right? Okay, pros and cons of monolith architecture based application development. Shall we start understanding that pros and cons, guys? Pros means advantages, positives. Provide simple and easy environment to develop projects or application as what? Layered application having layers like presentation layer, controller layer, service layer, persistence layer, come on, integration layer and etc. What layer, guys? Integration layer and etc. Are you getting my point, my dear? Most of the current maintenance projects are what? Monolith projects. What projects, guys? Easy to deploy, altogether single var file. Array, listen, guys. It's a layered application, right? Uh, Easy to deploy. Everything packed into single var, na? Though there are 20 modules, 30 modules, do I need to bother about handling them separately? No. All of them packed into single one, and we have to deploy only one time or not there. Performing unit testing easy. All are together, boss. Performing unit testing is easy or not there. It's super easy. Less possibility of getting network related issue. Are all are packed into single unit. There's no network at all, right? So possibility of getting network. Performing logging and debugging operations easy. All are together. Keeping track of code flow, understanding flow of execution is easy or not there, guys. Logging and auditing is very, very easy or not there, guys. Tell me next one. Cons. Disadvantages. Array, one service down, one module down. It will affect other modules now, boss. Because all are together. Come on, guys. All are together means what? If one service down, other things will affect or not there. You have taken a full meal pack, guys. In that one, okay, in that one curd item or curry item got leaked. It will spoil remaining items of the full meal or not there. Okay, you purchased a TV that has come up with what? Already I given this example. Built-in Wi-Fi router, built-in DTH, built-in home theater, built-in what's that? Kids will play. What is that? What is that? Nowadays some grown-up kids also playing. That's a different story. What is that? PlayStation. I have seen the people who completed 28, 29 years. They are also planning to purchase what? PlayStation. Arey, you are 28, 29. Why are you purchasing PlayStation? Purchase bikes. See the world. Huh? PlayStation is emotion. Emotion or motion? No, don't make it motion. After playing only, I will get the motion means technically problems are there. Ah, no, there are some people, they get motion after doing something only. PlayStation motion is there for you. Emotion is there. I thought you have a motion for that. Okay. Ah. You still like a PlayStation? Huh? Okay. Then that means you might be liking lollipops also. Huh? Yes, am I right? Lollipops? Fine. Okay. Right. Then better not to comment about that. What can I talk about a person who likes about PlayStation and lollipops at the age of 22? Huh? 24, 23. Fine. Anyone else who is passionate about lollipops and PlayStations? Huh? Okay. आदि उसको चेंज करो थोड़ा दुनिया दिखाओ हाँ I know you have seen everything in dunya. I know that. थोड़ा दुनिया दिखाओ उसको. Okay. Yeah, fine. All are together now. Come on. All are together, right? If one service is down, it will affect other services are not there. Right. One bug or one issue in one module definitely affects other modules now, boss. Because all are together, right? But these are not just two drawbacks. Many other drawbacks are there, which I have explained by using various terminologies I have introduced. That I will take up in what? Next class. Next class, we are going to complete limitations of monolith architecture, introduction of SOA and its advantages and disadvantages, and introduction to microservice architecture and what's its advantages. Don't miss the class. But this class continuation will be on which day? Monday. At what time? 11 o'clock. As usually, 11 o'clock, right? What is the tomorrow's plan? Not 9 a.m. Changed. Plan is changed. 7 p.m. only. You come by 7 p.m. only, right? 11 no class. 7 p.m. only class is there. But topic will be Spring Boot badge. I request you people to complete background preparation and come. Already I have introduced Spring Boot batch long back. I want you people to complete that preparation and come back, right? How to create a job, how to create step, what are the things to do to create step, everything I discussed are not there. So anyhow, I will revise, but I want you people to do that revision on your own, right? Okay, fine. Any KFC lovers are there? Eat now. GT 650. What about Sunday class, sir? Yeah, Sunday class is there now, boss. Yesterday session conducted. Yesterday session not happened. Na? Yesterday session not happened. Yeah, where is this? Microservices. Second one. Yeah. Not that. Which one, Rabab? Yeah, this one. 10-4. Okay. Yeah. Right click, new folder. What is there? Okay. I don't write microservices. Spring Boot Cloud microservices. Spring Boot Cloud microservices. Right click, file upload, class content, Spring. Where is this? 1103 cloud microservices. Where is this?